After a good couple months of no info and anticipation building like hell, the first Fighter Pass character finally made his stunning appearance, Joker from Persona 5. I'll admit I maybe missed the initial hype of his reveal at the Game Awards since I was doing my day one stream of Ultimate down here in Australia, but the moment that stream was done, I got on this hype train as fast as I could. Having yet another Sony exclusive character crash the Smash Bros. Scene, especially one so recent and so critically acclaimed, was a shock right off the bat. Pretty much the whole of the Smash community reacting pretty realistically to such an out-of-nowhere reveal. And even if it took a good few months to get anything more than the back of his character model, when the time came for his proper trailer, there was no disappointment in how much work and passion was clearly put into Joker's inclusion. But I'm just waffling on at this point with this introduction. Let's get right into the meat of this Phantom Thief of Hearts. Let me be blunt with all of you. I really love Joker in this game. And trust me, this is coming from someone who's never even touched the Persona series, let alone Persona 5. Just as a playable Smash character, Joker's immediately shot his way up my list of characters I play, and there's so much to love about his design. He's zippy fast and super slick, his great movement on top of his kicks and swipes with his knife, making him fun to watch and definitely a blast to play as. Tons of nice setups and combo strings with his aerials and throws, and you can even use that grappling hook of his to rip opponents back down to keep the pain train trucking on. Throw in a nice finger click every now and then to get some lovely damage over time, and did I even mention the Nintendo back in 2008 were saying that Snake couldn't have guns or anything like that since Smash is supposed to be a kids game, but now we got you can even jam out with the damn thing! They really managed to capture the pure style of Persona 5 with how stylized and smooth Joker feels to play. Definitely loving his inclusion on just those grounds alone. There's even more to him than just his gameplay though, since he was given a great set of alternate costumes including his school uniform, Morgana popping up in his taunts, and how he gets his entirely unique victory screen even when compared to the rest of the cast, with the Phantom Thieves chiming in to do his victory quotes as well. Persona 5 is one of Sakurai's favourite games, and the extent of the homage to something he clearly adores is so spectacular. Might have even tickled my interest in trying to play Persona 5, not gonna lie. For all the good that I've discussed so far, probably what has really cemented my feelings on Joker as being such a nice addition to Smash is based a little bit more on how his overall design as a fighter and the decisions that went into making him unique made him more of a fair and balanced character without compromising any of his fun and playability. Oh yeah, things about that time. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Speedster to overanalyze the shit out of this design. I'll admit, watching the trailer for the very first time and seeing Rebel's Guard being used to absorb so much damage, and Arsene giving such tremendous buffs to his already seemingly good moveset, I might have had to let out a little bit of a We kinda had to spend a few years dealing with pay-to-win characters back in Smash 4, and there was a little bit of fear that Joker was gonna be repeating history by being a stupidly overpowered character. Fortunately for everyone though, they seem to have learned their lesson from Cloud and Bayo and kept him a bit more fair and balanced. When he doesn't have his persona to back him up, he appropriately feels a little bit lacking. His attacks can rack up damage, but can't really land a kill very easily. His lack of range can really hurt his chances against foes with greater range. He's fairly light, that can lead to him being killed quite early, and his only recovery move in his base state is a tether grab, which can be quite easily intercepted and exploited for an easy stock. I know this might make him sound a little worse than he actually is, but I feel that these flaws are necessary to justify the Rebellion meter and Arsene as an overall power-up for him. And even this mechanic has some wonderful balancing going on as well. Joker's Rebellion meter does fill up on its own, but it does so at such a slow rate, meaning there's no really effective way for him to charge his Rebellion on his own. Instead of being able to, I don't know, run away and charge up his meter, the only consistent way for him to get the buffs that make him so strong is through an interaction with other opponents, whether that be letting him take a couple hits, or throwing up Rebel's Guard at the right time to get the charge he needs. Right off the bat, simply incentivizing taking risks and being proactive rather than camping already does wonders for his balancing. And even when he gets Arsene and becomes so much more powerful, it's not utterly overwhelming in terms of raw strength, held nicely by the Rebellion gauge now becoming a timer of how long you can stay active, that now depletes as you take hits rather than filling, once more encouraging a more proactive and opportunistic style of play before time runs out, while making sure no stupid mistakes are made on your part to lose your buffs too early. With all this put together, Joker manages to be a definitely threatening character, but certainly not one that I would call overpowered. Just the right way a strong character should be built. I really just pulled that out of my ass right now, didn't I? I'm kinda blown away with just how fantastic this first DLC character is in every single way. A fun and stylish character with tons of powerful and awesome abilities while making sure none of them are wild enough to be meta-breaking, the sheer amount of fan service and respect given to Persona 5 and the whole Persona series in both his in-game design and in his new stage, as well as all this unnecessary but stupidly good extras thrown in as well, Joker's almost certainly given himself a spot pretty high on my list of new characters in this game. But I suppose there is something about this first Fighter Pass character that's a real concern to me, and it's that they've set a really high standard for the DLC. With how great Joker's proved himself to be, I'm hoping and kind of expecting that the next 4 fighters have the same level of detail, fan service, and passion as Joker did, which realistically makes me almost certain there's going to be at least a little bit of disappointment down the line. Don't mean to be a downer or anything about it, I'm just a little worried about Sakurai being able to match just how great this inclusion was. But then again, Sakurai has a nice track record of always giving the best when it comes to Smash, so I think we can be pretty confident that we're still going to be getting some great characters in the near future. A strong start to the DLC, and I'm happily waiting for the next one.